What's up guys, Sean back with another video, and we got the most extreme couple in Supersize vs Superskinny. I don't typically like this show that much. I mean, I like the My 600 Pound Life stuff because I've lived it. This one, I don't know, the show's just kind of weird to me because pitting somebody that's like super morbidly obese against somebody that's like underweight, it just really feels like pitting two EDs against each other. And that's what makes me not such a big fan, but I'll check out the most extreme couple just to see what's going on here. But let's see what they got going on.
Today in the feeding clinic, we have the Supersize Jeff with the Superskinny Josh. Jeff lives on excessive comfort food, while Josh loves sugary energy drinks. Each hopes the food quantity is not the size of the other dudes. Did it go this?
But the big guy, how his neck's missing, I swear to God I didn't have a neck for the longest time. This sucker just appeared in the last year. I thought I didn't have one my whole life.
This way? Let's find out. Couch potato. Jeff Milton is 49 years old. Jeff believes he has quite the healthy diet, and so is confused as to why he weighs as much as he does. But the scales disagree. Jeff weighs a mighty 30 stones and 12 pounds. Jeff,
what's that? 432 pounds, I think?
Loves a loaf, and it doesn't stop at lunch. From having 4 to 5 heavy sandwiches at lunch, Jeff proceeds for more as part of his comfort eating and snacking. Not just a portion of fish, cheese, and mushy peas is enough to appease Jeff. He'd get
4 or 5 sandwiches for lunch? I might as well just change this guy's name to Arby's because he's got the meats.
Extra sausages to munch in the car. Last year, Jeff got redundant, and if losing his job wasn't stressful enough, his wife Joanne got diagnosed with brain tumor and underwent surgery. Using comfort snacking as a coping mechanism, Jeff encountered a heart murmur. Both the heart scare and redundancy turned Jeff into a couch potato. Jeff's knees have him in pain, which is now his growing concern by the day. He hopes to change his eating lifestyle to save himself from meeting a tragic end.
I'm gonna pay you.
I mean, it sounds like their health's just kind of stacking up against him. That's terrible what happened to his wife. Like, that's something scary you can't see coming. But I could see why he turned to stress eating in that situation.
You up with...
Hey Josh.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, it's a table leg, isn't it?
Josh's body was obviously markedly different from mine.
I cannot believe the difference.
In Rotherham, that's a 2.
I don't know much about Jeff's diet yet, but I'm hoping the plate.
Why do they have them in their damn underwear? Is this Victoria's Secret or this Supersize versus Superskinny? I don't get that. And they made them wear the ugliest damn boxers. You couldn't catch me dead in them things.
Isn't as big as his belly.
I can't explain it. I can't explain why I would be this way. Hello, love, can I have a large piece, please?
I figured.
I view it as quite a healthy diet, to be honest. Nothing, not too excessive. My normal lunch would be several sandwiches, probably 4, 5 slices of bread, maybe 6, but nothing too great. Maybe just, a small sandwich. Order the fish and chips or whatever it is, and then I'd get an extra open small sausage. I'm really suffering. My knees are killing me all the time now.
18 months ago.
I mean, your knees aren't going to thank you if you're 4 or 5 sandwiches, and then the guy eats bread on top of it. Like, this guy is just bombarding the bakery over and over for bread. That's insane. How can you eat that many carbs? Well, I guess with carbs you don't get, or you do get hungry faster because they just don't fill you up.
I got diagnosed with having a brain tumour.
When I found myself stuck at home for months on end, I went down the path of putting weight on again. I need to lose this weight. I really don't understand the size that I am.
Food is boring. Superskinny Josh weighs 9 stone 10 pound and exactly understands why he is the way he is.
Wait, 9 stone 10 pounds comes out to 120, 136 pounds? Damn, he's light. I ain't been that. I don't know. I can't even remember the last time I was that late. It had to, or that light. It had to be like friggin' 3rd grade.
This black ball caliber singer may be hungry for fame, but he's not hungry for food at all. In fact, food bores him and wishes that food was not a necessity and humans were able to live without food. Josh relies on coffee for breakfast and the vending machine for supper, skipping lunch. Candy, crisps, and chocolate might be convenient to Josh for dinner or lunch, but are not helping him build his confidence. Josh hates.
Hold on. You're telling me this guy only eats freaking candy, donuts, and coffee and still only weighs 136 pounds? We gotta study his ass, because I would love to have that damn diet. I can't do that. That's how I got up to 600.
It's every part of his body, despising his pigeon chest and chicken legs. Josh finds putting weight on harder than losing weight.
As you can see, there's not much in there. I wish that we could get up in the morning
Nothing.
and be able to live without food. Would consist of some snacks from a vending machine. I'd then move on to lunch, which
I also would never wear the Where's Waldo stripes. I just don't think it's very flattering, especially if you're bigger. You do not go with stripes at all.
generally skip. I always need sugar in my diet to keep my energy levels going. I'm back there eating unhealthy foods again because it's the only way of escaping. There's a lot of people that come up to me and say, oh, you're so skinny, or we need to put some pounds on you.
Getting it on. Before Jeff heads to the feeding clinic, Dr. Christian prescribes Jeff a Supersize wake-up call in America with 39 stone text.
Don't tell me they send them over here to fat scare them. Oh shit, we're down bad. They're sending other people here to scare them from being... Holy shit. This is real life.
Alan Yoder, who tries 4 times harder than a normal person to walk, cook, and use the loo. Dr. Christian hopes that on meeting his potential future self, Alan Yoder, Jeff will not continue denying his diet. It may be hard to believe, but in 2001, Alan had his stomach stapled and went down to 15 stones in months. But not even
What happened? Oh, the honey... So many people gain it back after that. If you don't change your actual diet, you'll just end up like this guy with some suspenders on again and being like a 500-pound Amish guy somehow.
Bariatric surgery could stop this food fan from excessive eating, and in a few years, Alan had munched his way back to morbid obesity.
Needs to make sure that he gets it right this time and that weight stays off now for the rest of his life.
Hi, I'm Alan.
I'm Jeff, nice to meet you.
My weight's fluctuated quite a bit. I actually got down almost to be normal.
But then my weight just seemed to go up again, and I've put about 5 stone back on.
Have Barrett's disease, which is essentially it's an erosion. I've been recently diagnosed.
Word. I ain't even gonna say nothing about that.
With sleep
Where's his
apnea, and
nipples?
it's meaning when I'm trying to sleep, I can't breathe.
Alan now sleeps with an oxygen mask because he can't breathe in his sleep since his sleep apnea diagnosis. Jeff finds this visit very challenging, as observing Alan triggered multiple alarms inside him, and he kept having these nagging thoughts that reminded him that it's now or never, as he's not too far behind Alan on the route.
One big lesson I'm learning from all of this, you've got to be right in the head. It's all irrelevant if you're still of a mind that you don't care what you eat.
I can just...
True. Your mental health plays such a big part in your physical health. If you just don't feel good about yourself or you're not in the right mind, you'll just pack on junk, you'll eat you'll do whatever to find some form of satisfaction. You got to get your mind right to get your body right. But a lot of times getting your body right does help your mental health. I know it's helped mine at least.
immerse myself in food and be lost in it.
Dr. Christian calls Josh in his clinic to examine his diet with him, and it turns out Josh has no fiber intake, no nutrients, or sufficient water content to keep his body running. He's prone to osteoporosis and consistent constipation, which will lead to worse medical conditions if he doesn't mend his diet, which is 1,300 calories a day. Literally.
Wait a second. I don't drink coffee. But from what I've heard from everyone that drinks coffee, is it helps with that problem. So this guy, also, why do they have to have a damn Calvin Klein model as the host? Like, this dude's just making them all look like shit. Like, that's not fair.
100 more than that of a 1-year-old. Showtime! It's time for snackaholic Jeff Milton to have their 2 days of food face-off with sweet tooth meal skipper Josh Bryson in the feeding clinic. Round 1 starts off with breakfast. Even though Jeff's breakfast is reasonable even for normal people, a big bowl of cereal with semi-skimmed milk, it's still too much to take in for Josh. On the other hand, Jeff...
I'm a 2% boy, and I would get cornflakes like that and dump a little sugar on top. I don't know. Probably because I was 600 pounds. I haven't had cereal in a while.
Jeff himself gets nothing for breakfast.
He seems to be telling me that he just eats 3 times a day.
But I don't view that I eat excessively. Looking at the size of my trousers, I do. So I'd be daft if I said I didn't. So you play with it a lot, don't you?
It just seems to be a never-ending
Josh believes that Jeff is lying about eating 3 times a day only, and Jeff notices Josh playing with the cereal flakes rather than eating them, but he finally manages to finish his bowl, which according to Josh seemed unending. However, breakfast isn't over yet. Jeff surprises Josh with a plate of 2 eggs and bacon sandwiches.
Bro, this guy's hating life right now because he don't like to eat. But you see what I mean? It's like pitting 2 EDs against another. But funny story, the first time somebody ever asked me if I had an ED, I was like, why are they asking me about my junk? I don't understand. I'm not that old yet. But then it turns out they're talking about like binge eating, which I definitely think I had because I would not just stop at full. I would eat till I was like so stuffed.
Josh is having it hard to swallow in, but still manages to munch his way till the end.
I'll do a breakfast for a little bacon sandwich. Join in, because it'd be rude not to. So enjoy, tuck in.
A standard breakfast,
Yes.
which is a bowl of cornflakes. You're not meant to then go.
Yeah,
And
I do like them. I like the taste of a bacon sandwich.
his eyes were piercing. It was like he was taking it out of my hand with his eyes.
Oh, that's it. Well done. Keep it up.
Once again,
If he's staring you down, gobbling on the bacon like that, I wouldn't be dipping in the yolk, because that might give this guy the wrong idea. He might just jump over there and attack you.
at lunchtime, Jeff gets to starve some more, while Josh gets a sandwich as big as his arm. Despite Josh's efforts to munch Jeff's bread-based diet, he's badly craving his sweet fix. Dr. Christian takes Josh to a cooking class,
Wow.
where he himself demonstrates how a very common element in candy bars, gelatin, is made. Josh is disgusted by the smell. Dr. Christian then proceeds
Isn't gelatin just like bone stock or fat? It's something like that. It's not good for you. I know that.
to complete the candy making process by adding sugar and the other glossy food colors and the artificial flavors, leaving Josh shocked and grossed out at what he's been consuming all this time. It's day 2 at the feeding clinic, and today, finally for a change, Jeff has something for breakfast. Just a cup of coffee, while Josh has to munch his way down 2 ham sandwiches. In conversation, Josh is surprised at the fact that it's possible for someone to eat this much, as Jeff does in one day, when Jeff tells
Bro, this guy's eating so many damn sandwiches, though. He said he had like 4 or 5 for lunch. He has them for breakfast. He has bacon sandwiches. This guy's like the Sultan of sandwiches or something.
him that the ham sandwiches Josh is having are actually his 4th meal of the day, followed by another meal for tea time.
And this is just another snack.
Yes, if it would be yes.
4th meal of the day. How is that possible? How is that possible that someone can eat so much?
432 pounds. And that's how it's possible. I was in denial. I don't think I ate that much. You guys told me I'm a damn liar, so I take it. I ate a whole bunch.
I can't do it. I actually can't do it. I can't do it.
This time at breakfast, Josh gives up, unable to finish his sandwiches. Dr. Christian sits Jeff down at his clinic and goes over his food eating routine, where we see that Jeff eats after every 15 to 30 minutes. Jeff is overeating in
Jeez, how's this guy ever stop chewing? He's just constantly friggin' eating. I mean, I know he's got a lot going on, so he's stress eating. Maybe he just can't stand to not have something in his mouth.
ways he's not realizing. At 30 stones and 12 pounds, Jeff is consuming 4,644 calories a day. It's now for dinner, and to Jeff's luck, he has something to chew on, a mini chicken burger and French fries, while Josh gets a cheese pizza and salad, which he is able to wipe off his plate unlike his last meal at lunch. Later on, Jeff gets a taste of Josh's candies. 5 meals a day have surprised Josh of his potential to eat this much, and sleeps pretty proud of himself that night. Josh may be patting himself on the back, but the day isn't over yet for him, as far as
Wait, I thought he just ate candy like 24/7. I haven't seen this guy hardly eat anything. But this is just, the show's kind of disturbing to me. You see what I mean?
Jeff is concerned, who wakes him up with a bowl of cornflakes and skimmed milk to munch on at 1 a.m. in the morning. Jeff, however, does a tiny favor on Josh by giving him a small bowl instead of a big one. Josh is hating every minute of this and feeling nauseous. He heads out. Josh has made it clear how unimpressed he is with Jeff's diet.
I've got a bowl of cornflakes for you.
Are you joking?
He's pissed off because he hasn't got to eat, so he's like, I'm gonna wake you up and make your ass eat. That's funny. This is like some foodie beauty type stuff.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm hating this.
It's the final day of the diet swap, and this time at breakfast, Jeff gets a packet of jelly bean candies, while Josh gets another bread meal. 4
Breakfast of
slices of
champions.
wholemeal toast. Today is Jeff's turn to bite back. Jeff expresses how awful a full pack of jelly sweets is for breakfast, finding it confusing why someone would want sweets first thing in the morning.
Buddy, if I'm 432 pounds and you bring me on this show and you do not give me any damn food, I'm telling you that I'm eating sardines and ass for breakfast, and you are going to eat every bit of it.
Final food face-off. It's time for the final food face-off at supper, where this time it's Jeff's shepherd pie with peas versus Josh's pepperoni pizza for Jeff. To Josh's own surprise, he was actually looking forward to dinner and felt hungry. Josh said he was anticipating what would be for dinner, and this is the feeling he's never felt before. The last 48 hours have had a positive effect on Jeff's diet too. His appetite lessened, and he actually wanted a smaller portion of food. Now,
You know what's funny about that? People are like, I'm just starving. That's true. If you push through the first like 3 or 4 days really hungry or something like that, your stomach kind of snaps down a little bit and then it just becomes your new norm. Maybe it's like a week for some people, but I did notice that because at first, like when I first started my whole weight loss thing, I was like, man, I'm never going to be able to do this. And then eventually my body kind of readjusted and it was like, okay, this is all we're going to get.
with the diet swap done, all that remains is a final word from Dr. Christian. Dr. Christian hands them their diet plans and asks
Shut
them
up,
if they can
Playboy.
continue change in their eating lifestyles onwards from here. Jeff is supposed to be on 2,500 calories a day, while Josh on 3,000 calories. Both the Supersized and Superskinny contestants are now confident after unlocking their potential at the feeding clinic.
Wait, there's only a 500 calorie difference? I don't know what my maintenance amount is, but I've been staying between 1,000 and 1,200. And that's pretty low, I think, for me as like at my size. Sometimes I was going up to 1,500, but I got a little more strict. And I did mention before that I take like 60 to 80 grams of protein, but that's what I supplement in protein. I'm actually around 160 to 180 if you count the chicken breast, the eggs, all that stuff.
The two return after 11 weeks to be rescaled and assessed. It's time to find out if the eataholic Jeff and Sweet Tooth Josh have stuck to their eating plans. Jeff says he's not been feeling hungry or craving snacks anymore, whereas
Go
Josh,
Jeff.
alongside eating 3 meals a day, has started snacking in between 2.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah!
Very well. How the devil are you?
A stone.
No way.
13 pounds you've put on. So it's fantastic.
Okay, so this show, all right, maybe it's not as bad as I thought. This one actually worked out pretty well and ended up pretty beneficial. But in general, I just don't like the concept. You know what I mean?
Really well done.
Well done, mate. Well done.
You've lost 2 stone and 5 pounds.
Excellent. Oh,
Holy
this stone
shit,
£5.
I mean,
Really
jelly
pleased with
beans.
that. That's more than what I would have expected.
Turns out Josh has gained 13 pounds, added 3 inches to his chest, and Jeff has lost 2 stone 5 pound and
Hey, that's impressive. Every guy wants to add 3 inches, but yeah, here's my thing about this show. A lot of people are unhappy with their body. I've heard a lot of people say they hate food, that have like restrictive EDs and stuff like that. I think you just gotta learn to love yourself for your flaws or whatever's wrong with you, because I don't know, there's things on my body I obviously hate. I got up to 600, lost some weight, now I'm down 315 pounds, so there's places on my body that don't look the best, but I've just learned to kind of like deal with them, love them, be like, hey, your scars on your body are proof that you've lived a life. You've been somewhere, you've done something, and it's where you're going. You know, it kind of shows you and teaches you a little bit about yourself. But I'm rambling. But all right, guys, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all later. Peace.